Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
And I'm Eric Fazzini.
Eric Fazzini.
Fazzini.
Now, I knew Eric quite some time now, and I assume it was through Brother Love, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
And how did we swap phone numbers? This is one of my voice to text buddies. And I go, you know what? Why don't we let the audience know about my pal Eric? So it's good to see you. How did we connect?
So I befriended Brother Love in Nashville.
Right.
And then I did the Brother Love Hour.
Yes.
And I guess he sent an email or a text to you, was like, hey, I think you might get along with this dude. He's from Pittsburgh, Steelers fan. Here's his number. And then you texted me, hey, it's Keith. Good job on the Brother Love Hour. And I was like, oh shit, like this is badass. Like, I'm a big fan, obviously. So it was like, oh, this is Keith texting me. That's pretty cool. So that's how you got my number.
I'm glad it worked out. Yeah, if you have keithandthegirl.com/VIP, Brother Love had the Brother Love Hour. Not that I can do it like he can do it, but he would interview people. And this is episode number 33 of the Brother Love Hour that Eric was on. The title happened to be called Murder Scene Pasta Sauce.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm in, so I rehear it again. And I think the name, if I'm saying this right, came from your work in horror movies or video games. You do the sound effects, or you did at the time.
Yeah, at the time I was doing sound effects, sound design, like Foley work for video games and mostly horror movies. And that's how I get into Murder Scene Pasta Sauce, because we were talking about how to layer different sound effects and like create a murder scene. And we just like tomatoes came up, and then he was like, Brother Love, he spiders off, and he was like, tomatoes, pasta sauce.
A lot of squishing, right? Scene. Or a lot of knives and watermelons, this kind of thing.
Yeah, watermelons, fruits, celery, bones cracking, all that stuff. So
in that show you brought up, I think you were trying to make a sound effect for a basketball going in a hoop. And yeah. Brother Love said, how about you just microphone a basketball going in a hoop? And you're like, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a basketball going in a hoop when you record a basketball going in a hoop. It's kind of weird.
I mean, it's like a punch. Like when you're watching a movie and you hear somebody punch, it's like,
yeah,
like that's the sound of a real life punch. It's slap, it's weak. But in a movie setting, you want that big set. You want like a grenade or like a plosive sound that creates like a punch. Because if you just hear a slap, it doesn't sound as, you're like, oh, that dude got his ass kicked. Yeah, that's cool. I could see it. But like, you want to hear it and feel it in your chest. Like, oh, right. I can feel that punch,
Do you miss doing that as opposed to what you're doing now? A musician, the band's called Mutiny. We'll get into that. Do you miss the Foley work?
Yeah, I honestly love doing the Foley work. I mean, that's like a dream that I've always wanted to do. I did it for a little bit, but it's like, man, freelance life that's rough, dude. Like you're just constantly chasing paychecks, constantly making connections. And it got to a point where I'd just been burned so many times. I was just like, I just can't afford to do this anymore. And like, I'm getting older. I need to figure out what to do next. So
like you'd make the sound, they would just stiff you.
Oh, dude. Yeah. There's I worked in a studio and I would just like do work hours. I would, during the day, I would do dishes at like a restaurant from like 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. And then from like 4 to midnight, I'd go to a studio and like, build sound effects for these movies. And these rich assholes would be like, oh yeah, don't worry. We'll pay you. We'll get around to paying you. Don't worry about it. And then you just don't. And so it's like,
what if you would give, this is in hindsight, what if you give half of the sound now and then you get paid, they get the other half of the sound?
Oh, that would have been a better solution.
They get the whole door closing.
Yeah, you just only get like half of the tracks. So right. It's like a lot that's missing.
You're the music is so good, and it's ska, and you go, of course, by the name of Eric Fazzini, which is interesting. Luckily, you were into ska. It's not like classical zini would be kind of stupid, right?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. When people ask what ska is, do they reach for No Doubt, and is that offensive?
I mean, a little bit, but you just get to a point where it's like, if you could recognize the genre in any way, then that's fine. At least you're exposing yourself to it. But I mean, there's like people are always like, oh yeah, I love No Doubt and Sublime. And it's like, well, technically not, but I guess you're right in a way. So it's like, you can't be like all gatekeepy and shitty about it. Right. You're just like, cool. Yeah. Well, my band's like that, but a lot harder and a lot more screamier and a lot more manic, but yeah.
Yeah. It's heavy. dark, I guess I would say,
Yeah.
heavy, and but then the ska sound, a little thing of, let's say, a Mighty Mighty Boss Tones kind of sound, and you're just like,
Yeah.
I think he's talking about murder. Doom, dee, doom, dee, doom, all these
Yeah.
horns.
It definitely has that feel, especially if things are in like a major or like a happier key. You're like, oh, he's doing the ska upstrokes. I'm gonna drink the Mai Tai or whatever. So it definitely has those connotations to it, but it's a lot heavier than I guess your traditional or typical ska people that would know the genre.
And you have singers that also, for your world tours, they sing in Japanese, they sing in Korean, right?
Yeah, we have two singers in our band, and we it last this is kind of a new project. It's maybe like a year or two old, and I'm a huge fan of Japanese ska music and Japanese ska bands, and over the decades of touring, I've garnered a lot of friends over there, and so I told my buddy, I was like, hey man, we should get these two singers, like this band in Japan called Frail. I was like, dude, they have two singers, we have two singers. Why don't we have them translate our lyrics into English or into Japanese and then record it in Japanese? And it turned out phenomenal. I think the Japanese versions are better than the English versions. It allows me to experience it as a fan, so it's kind of
Oh, that's
badass.
funny. Do you speak these other languages? If the singer fucks up, would you know it, or he can get away with murder, kind of?
Oh, he could get away with murder. I mean, it's like full trust. I mean, I could understand a few things. Like if he was talking about food, I'd be able to like, oh, okay, I understand that.
Right.
But like, he can pretty much essentially be saying whatever he wants, and we're like, yeah, that's pretty. I mean, when he sent over the translations, he sent over the hard copy Japanese translation, and we ran them through Google, and it was like, okay, these are close to what the original lyrics are. So it was like you trust them, but you're like, well, let's check it in the translate tool and make sure before we just like
Right.
let them have free reign. So
Right.
yeah,
Like all those bad tattoos that people don't really know what they got, right?
yeah, right.
That
Like
is not courage. That's Big
it,
Mac.
yeah, exactly.
You mentioned the end of last year you put out a 7-inch, which good for you. I only have 6 inches. How do people hear this music that I'm talking about?
You could get anywhere on Spotify, or anywhere, Apple Music, anywhere you could access digital music, however you see fit, Apple Music, all that stuff. We have hard copies. We have vinyl, for our EP and our 7-inch that came out last year. So you can grab those, on our online store. I think you could access that through our Instagram. So, um,
What's some
yeah,
album names to look up?
the first one is just a self-titled, so it's just Mutiny,
Okay.
self-titled Mutiny. And then the 7-inch is called Avant Guardian. um because not to get too deep in the weeds, but our band is like, we kind of created a whole universe, and it's connected to a manga comic, which is like a Japanese comic book.
Okay.
And so we created like a whole little universe that's connected to a Japanese comic, and inside of the universe, there's like a thing called the Avant Guardian, which is like a newspaper for the people within that universe.
Okay.
So this is Avant Guardian Volume One, and then the next one will be Avant Guardian Volume Two,
Okay.
and so forth. So
When you were a kid, you were like 13, and you happen to love this band, Voodoo Glow Skulls.
yeah, yeah,
And so one day you go, "Hey, I'm 20 now. How about I play with you?" And you did, right?
yeah. It was crazy. It was back. I mean, not to age myself. It was back in the MySpace days, and they put
Right.
up an ad like, we're looking for horn players, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go for it. And it ended up working out, which was crazy. I did that for a really long time.
And what makes you, and how many people are in this band? 52?
No, this one in Voodoo, I think it was six. It's like
Okay.
a two horn singer and then rhythm section.
And what makes you say, I got to focus on my own thing more?
Well, I actually wasn't. I didn't leave that band. They actually, my last show was last year. I didn't leave
Oh,
on my own accord. It was just it's a business. Any band is a business, and eventually it gets to a point where it's like, hey, I mean, I live in Pittsburgh. They all live in California, and they're like, hey, man, we can't afford to fly you out to all these shows anymore. We need a local guy. And I was like, you know what? It sucks and it hurts, but fair enough. I
right.
get it. That you don't want to spend however hundreds of dollars a month to fly out one dude when you can find somebody local.
Right.
So
And it's not the worst way to be let go because it's not your
right, yeah.
talent.
Yeah, and I'm still like, I guess technically backup. Like, they could still call me. It would still hurt. Like 20 years, I thought I'd get a watch. Instead, they were like,
Right.
we're gonna replace you with the local guy. And it's like, fuck. All right, well, I get it.
Then you're
So
kicked off the mailing list. Was a little offensive.
yeah, moved from current member to former member on the Wikipedia. It's like, God damn, that one really stabbed, just a stab right to the chest.
How many? What other countries have you been in
Oh
playing?
man, I think last time I did like a hard count, I think it was like 33 countries
I
have
don't
been
think there's
all over.
33 countries. You're gonna be embarrassed. What the fuck?
Maybe it might be a little bit more than that.
Okay.
I've been to every all 50 states at least twice.
Oh wow.
Alaska and Hawaii included. Obviously that's 50. And then a whole bunch of Europe, not all of Europe, but like all the way from the UK to Poland and most of the in between. Japan, I did Korea for the first time last year with my band Mutiny. We just
South,
said,
obviously.
fuck it, let's go. Yeah, South, yeah, South. We tried to do the message for the North, but no email back. I don't
Right.
know if they have email there. So,
That it probably sounded like propaganda. They got nervous, whatever this music could be. It's gonna move people, and they don't need that.
right.
Do are the listeners, fans different in person in different countries?
Oh, dude, definitely. It's hard to compare American. I mean, American fans are just American fans, I guess. There's really no way. But when you go to like Germany, dude, they are so forward with everything. They're just be like, hey, why didn't you play this song tonight? The set was good, but you didn't play this song, so it sucked for me. And
Oh,
then
the
you're
meet and
like,
greets, they're not shy.
no, not at all. Dude, like, there's like, dude, you'll go there and you'll be like, last time they'll be like, last time, you were not as fat. You are so much fatter now.
Okay. I guess
And it's like,
congrats.
yeah, it's like, fuck. What do you
Thank
even
you.
say to that? Like, thank you, I guess. Like, yeah, they're very like straight. They're very just like forward with in
They tell it
German.
like it is. They don't
Hell
understand these
yeah.
snowflakes in America. They're like,
Yeah. Like
what
last time you were not so fat, you are so fat now. It's like, fuck, I
what are
guess.
audiences like in Japan? They get into it extra?
Dude, Japan is the best. Like it's very strange though, because in between songs, it's silent. Like they
Oh
don't.
yeah.
It's like a near here pin drop, and then because they want to take in everything that you're saying and they want to hear what you have to say, and then when you start playing, it just blows up, and then as
Oh
soon as you
wow.
stop, and it's just like
Is it
silence.
is it because it'd be rude to talk? Like if I talk to my friend in between songs, would people get mad at me? Like shush me?
I think it's a little bit of that, but I think it's also like the culture wants to experience too. Like here in America, you constantly see cell phones. It's just cell phones
Right.
in your face, people filming it, cameras doing, it's constant cell phones. Going to somewhere like Japan, there's no, like, you won't see a cell phone in the whole building. Like
Well, they don't want to take their work with them, you know?
right.
That's the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. So that's a huge difference is that they're more into the experience there. They want to take it all in.
Amsterdam. What are those crowds like?
Oh man, Amsterdam is super weird because they're real nice. They'll come up to you after the show and be like, "Oh, that was great. That was so good." But during the set, it's like stone face arm cross guy the whole
Really?
time, just like not even moving, just all high from Amsterdam weed
Why
because
is
they're too
that? Oh,
much.
because they're all high?
Bro, that's what we always said. We're like, I just go to fucking Amsterdam with all the high guys all staring at you, not wanting to move, and then as soon as you're done, they're like, hey, that was good. Why didn't you play longer? I was having a good time. It's like, well, you weren't fucking
It
showing
didn't
it,
seem it.
robot. Yeah,
No, my arms were snakes and I had to control them so they didn't
yeah,
get out
exactly.
of line. That's
Like,
all.
all right, robot. I mean, I'm the same way when I go to shows. I'm like, I got like the arms crossed or hands in pockets murder face thing. I'm having a great time, but it's like when the whole crowd is like that, it's like,
And
oh my God, this is torture.
is Mexico insane?
The Mexico is bonkers. It's like marauding. When you go there, it's like pirate country, dude. I love Mexico. It's like I like to say it's beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Like the people there are fantastic. The band Voodoo Glow Skulls is very famous in Japan because they're a Latino band.
Hmm.
And a lot of their songs are in Spanish. They've released records, like full records in Spanish and in English. So you have a huge following there. So you get recognized on the street constantly there. So it's like, you're like legit rock star there. So it's very welcoming. And then, but it's also terrifying because then after a show, you'd be like, hey, these 13 dudes got shot in the movie theater right across the street, and then you're
Hmm.
like, oh shit, and then the next day you see a decapitated head in a trash can, and you're like,
Oh
holy
my.
fuck, what the fuck is happening? But it's very beautiful, but it's also it's like watch your shit, it's kind of scary.
Do you look up rules to countries? Like, I'll hear a story about somebody getting caned because they had an ounce of weed. And it's like, what? Didn't you check the fucking rules? Like, right now, what's your shirt say that you're
It
wearing?
says Ska died, but or Ska never died, but you will.
Would you wear that on an airplane to a foreign country? I would not. I don't know the rules with ska and you dying.
I for a country, I think I mean, if I were going to like obviously like the stories that you're saying of like those countries, then yeah, you would look. But I think
I don't
European
know.
and Japan, I think
Okay.
it's fine. But yeah, oddly enough, I will look up like what's this culture, what not to do in this culture, because I don't want to be a shitty American representative in a country
Right.
being all fat and loud.
Do your family members do your family members go to your shows?
Yeah, they used to a lot more back in the day. But most of them are like in Pittsburgh. My mom will like usually doesn't miss a show. She used to play in Denver, now she lives here, but she like rarely missed a show. And a lot of my aunts and uncles will come out, like my stepdad in Florida will come out. So yeah, every once in a
Eh.
while I get like a fair amount of them. I don't know how much they're into it, but they sure play the game, and it's nice.
Do you have to, how's politics with your family? Do you have to watch what you say? Because I know your politics. We're in the same boat. Do you have family problems where no reason to bring up tariffs today?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't talk to a lot of my family now because of it, because
Yeah.
it's like, why even, it's so deeply entrenched in it. It's like, I don't, what am I going to say? Like at this point, it's been almost 10 years and you're still fucking yapping about this. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, I'll just rather not have this negativity and you can just fuck off.
Right, right. Well, and you guys are big into football, I assume, right? I know you are. Is your whole
Yeah, yeah,
family being
yeah,
from Pittsburgh? So I picture like you're watching maybe the Super Bowl, and then it cuts to, and then we'll be doing an interview with Trump. It's like, here,
yeah, right.
why?
Exactly. It's like, fucking come on, man. Really? Nobody likes you here. Like, get
Right.
out.
God damn it. You mentioned to me that when you're on tour, there's a lot of punishers.
Oh, yeah, Punishers.
What does that mean, punishers?
Oh man, it can mean a lot of things. It's like the easiest way to describe it is like a Punisher is just like a drunk fan. They just coming up to you after the show, all loud, spitting on you, like, "Hey, I'm such a huge fan of you, fucking, oh man," and they
Right.
just like go on telling drunk stories, and it's like, oh fuck. I mean, you have to put on the face the whole time
Right.
because you can't be a dick, because then they're like go online and they're like, fuck this band. So you have to be like, yeah, nice to him. But then you get back to, the hotel and you're like, nah, the fucking Punishers tonight.
That's funny. My ex
Brutal.
Catherine called them melters, like they melt your fucking brain. You're just
Oh,
making
that's
me.
funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are
Like
you
Colin
good
Rudd,
at
they're
that?
like energy vampires.
Are you
Like Colin
exactly?
Robinson.
Are you good at say cutting off a going nowhere conversation with a fan? Like I remember once this person's talking to me after a show. I'm like, this isn't going anywhere. I don't even know if you're really here. But I'm like, oh, let me see if Kendra needs help with something. This is after a stand-up show. And I turn and I just start walking and I didn't know where I was going or what I was doing. All of a sudden I'm just in front of a wall looking at it like, maybe this needs spackling. Okay, anyway, the next direction.
The
You
good,
good
the
at
good,
saying goodbye?
yeah, I always my go-to the last, I mean, I kind of like got it down to almost a science, but my go-to now is just, oh, I'm gonna go grab some water, I'll be right back, and then I just don't fucking
Right.
come back. I'm like, oh, this is great, I'll be right back. I need to grab water. I'm just got my throat's dry, I just got off stage, and I need to, and then they just forget about you or latch
Right.
on to another member. Sometimes another member will be passing by and you're like, hey, have
Hey.
you met Jose, trombone player? And then you just like fade out.
Right.
You just like fade out quickly, and you're like, success.
How many tattoos do you have being in a ska band?
I don't think I can count by numbers anymore. It's all like,
Yeah.
I got all
Oh wow,
these.
I'm seeing sleeves almost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all over the place. More like hours. I got maybe hundreds of hours of tattoo. There's still a little bit of real estate left, but not much.
It's addicting, right? That's what the people seem to say.
It is totally. I mean, it's hard because they're so expensive, but when you get a good idea, you're like, oh man, I really want to do that.
Is not just the art, is the pain fun in a
For
way.
me, no, that
Okay.
fucking sucks. I'm
Okay.
not one of those where
All
that's
right.
great. No, I want to try and sleep through it. If I could take a Tylenol PM before it pass out,
Gotcha.
I'd rather. do that. Or like the new thing with athletes now is they're putting them under like Michael Jackson style and then tattooing their whole fucking body. It's like, well, if I could afford to do that for a whole sleeve, I fucking might do
Right.
that.
You don't find that cheating.
It's definitely cheating, but I'm a fucking baby too. I don't
Sure.
want to deal. I don't want to deal 3 sittings for 8 hours. Like sometimes just do it real quick and easy. Well, I'm not aware.
Do you get a lot of the tattoos in foreign countries? Because when will you be there next?
I've got one. I got last year in Japan. I got one with my buddy. Like we got matching tattoo in Japan. That was really special. But one of the first ones I got was I've been touring for a long time. I think in the podcast I said 15. That's probably like when I started playing, but really like touring was probably around like 17, 18.
Okay.
And the first tour we went on was we were all like between 18 and 22, like definitely doing our own like DIY tour. And we did from Texas all the way up to Portland, and in between it was like a 4-week tour. And we had like no money, just broke, but sleeping in the van most nights, not eating. I think I lost like 40 pounds on that
Oh,
tour,
wow.
which was great because I was like, hell, I look fucking great now.
Right.
But like just definitely doing dumb teenage shit when you're, I mean, I obviously don't regret it, but it's like, man, looking back, it's like, whoa. So one of the days we played in Texas was in El Paso,
Okay.
and across the border was Juarez, Mexico.
Hmm.
And we were like, hey, let's go to Mexico. We could all get hammered there because there's no drinking age. And we are like, fuck yeah. You didn't need a passport. It was the late 90s. So you could just
Right.
cross and then come back. And so we went there and just got annihilated and ate a bunch of tacos. And then we were like, hey, let's all get a fucking tattoo. Let's do it right in Juarez, Mexico. Let's get a tattoo. And we were like, hell yeah. So we found a dude on the street. We were just
Oh,
like asking people, like, hey, do you do tattoos? And we finally found a dude, and he was like, yeah, sure, I do tattoos. And then he like
yeah, sure.
look at like we started walking us. We were like, all right, we'll follow you. Let's do it, dude. And so we followed him like through all these streets and alleyways. And then like halfway, like probably halfway to his place, we're starting to sober up and we're like, maybe this isn't a good idea. Like we're in Mexico right now and we're just like
Yeah.
following this dude through strange streets. We probably shouldn't be doing
It
this.
sounds like something I just saw on The Wire.
Exactly. It's like we probably shouldn't be doing this, but we fucking went through with it. And then like half of us ended up getting a tattoo, and then the other half kind of like sobered up and chickened out. And then we made it out safe. But then, come to find out when I joined Voodoo like a few years later, they were like, holy shit, you went to Juarez to get a tattoo. That's a fucking gnarly city. And I was like, well, I
Right.
mean, in hindsight, yeah, it was definitely not the best thing to do, but it was fun. But looking back, it's like, oh man, I
What
wouldn't
was
do
the
that
tattoo? A
now.
taco?
No, we got like some fucking like jail script tattoo. It says like carnales in Spanish. It's like kind of means like roughly brothers. And so
Okay.
like I think 3 of us got it, and then the other one, like one other dude got something else, and then another
We're
dude
not
just
brothers, right?
no. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He just like chickened out, and then the 2 other dudes just didn't. And so
What's it like being so young and going on tour? Is it just seems like I don't know, pussy parties. You're not mature enough to know some things you shouldn't do. Was it a wild ride?
it was insane. I mean, I I admittedly didn't take advantage of the pussy,
Mm-hmm.
like because I was
Of the
with
pussy.
I was with a I was with somebody at the time,
Oh,
and
okay.
like looking back at it, I should have just been like, this is fucking like, what am I doing? I'm in my early 20s. I should be just smashing everywhere, and I just didn't because I was trying to be a good guy. And looking back, I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. But I definitely partook in a lot of the like doing blow off urinals in Germany and like
Right.
getting way too high and doing mushrooms in weird countries and seeing the Milky Way and just like contemplating life in your 20s. Like it's
Did you and your
wild.
girlfriend at the time ever like have fights and you're like, do you know the pussy I could be getting being a musician? Do
Oh,
you get
constantly.
it? Yeah?
Yeah.
You
I'd be
remind
like,
her?
yeah, I'd be like, yeah, because she'd accuse me of cheating all the time. And it's
Mm,
like, I'm not, but just so you know, I fucking could. Like, I
right.
could right now. It's not that fucking hard. I could go, it wouldn't be that hard at all. So it's
That's
like,
funny.
you're accusing me of doing something I'm not doing. And it's like, oh man, that stuff was the worst.
Speaking of The Wire, I just finished season 4. I'm on
Okay,
season 5, the final season right now. The 4
great
being with
show.
the kids. I understand the new one's about journalism. Oh, that sounds fascinating. There's so many stories. You've seen The Wire, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's
there's
been a
so many
while, but
stories
yeah,
that it's a soap opera, and there's so many stories that I don't care about. I don't need to see you phone bank in real time to become mayor. I need to see
right.
gunshots, you know?
Yeah,
But I was shocked the end of season 3, Idris Alba dies and the Muslim dude dies. End of season 4, Brody dies. I liked him,
yeah, yeah. That was a
the
bummer. That was a
corner
rough one.
guy. And you said, like, do you want me to spoil who else dies? Who else is left? I don't even know who I care about anymore. McNulty, he's barely in it now. You're saying somebody dies that's real like shocking. Is that right?
It was a huge bummer is when Omar dies. Omar gets shot.
Oh,
The
uh, it
yeah,
didn't happen yet. He's still
nope, it
around.
doesn't have. Yeah, it's still around.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, sorry, spoiler.
No, good. It's good to know. Let's pick it up. I kind of
Yeah,
like knowing. You know,
yeah,
I saw there are 2 alien movies with the same theme, Prometheus and this other one, and I accidentally watched them out of order, and I
yeah.
think I did myself a favor. I think it was more fun. I'm like, guys, you don't even know the robot's bad.
There you
Ah!
go.
So fucking wait. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming. I won't say when or how.
Okay.
It's definitely a bummer, and it's definitely like holy shit, I didn't like that.
He takes a lot of risks. That's true. New Black Mirror is out now. You into that?
I am. I'm like I have one season behind on that, but I have seen the first four. I just saw today the new season, and I was like, oh shit, and I realized I'm 5 and 6 I'm behind on.
It gets obviously, sometimes very political, this kind of thing. I love it. It's hit or miss, but for the most part, I love it.
Yeah.
I I wonder if I miss the point sometimes. Like for example, there's my favorite one of those is called White Bear, and this woman is a murderer, and her punishment is that they drug her every day. She wakes up, and then people are chasing her, and people in the town they are taking video. They're not allowed to touch her or interact. These other actors
Oh, I think I remember that
are
one.
really fucking with her, and they do
Yeah.
it again day after day, making her realize what she did, that she killed her children. I think I'm supposed to not like that. I'm like, this is a great fucking idea.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
clear that she's guilty and drowned her kids. Yeah, good. I don't that there was the Waldo moment, and you were people were voting for a cartoon to be their president because this cartoon, says shit that the normal politicians wouldn't say, and I'm like, I'd vote for the cartoon. I don't think I'm getting this right.
Yeah, those are definitely sometimes you're just like, I don't know if I got the message there, but you hear somebody else like, well, it's actually a speaker. It speaks on this of culture, and I'm like, I just thought it was a good
Yeah.
idea. That was how they tortured her for the rest of her life. I don't know. Shit.
They found out that somebody was sharing kid pictures, an adult. And so these vigilantes say, look, we know about these pictures of kids, and we're gonna out you unless you go and you kill another pedophile. And I'm like, I think I'm on board.
Oh, that was a great one. That was a good one. I was like, oh hell yeah, kill them all. Get all the pedophiles. They're actually dying instead of just being put in
Yeah.
government positions. That's great. Kill them.
I would watch Trump being forced to fuck a pig on TV.
I'd watch that. Too.
I think
Hell
it's
yeah.
a great idea.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So I'm excited about that. That should be fun. I saw. Oh, you know what I want to do? I saw some old emails from you over the
Oh
years.
shit, dude, digging deep. All right,
Yeah,
here we go.
I'd like to read this. Okay, this is from Eric.
Oh
40
boy.
male. How old are you now?
42. Just
Okay.
turned 42.
A little high on edibles, and I just took a shit, but still give a pretty solid log about this email. Thank you. I like to know if people care.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
The last couple weeks' episodes with all of the open and candid medical and cancer talks have been absolutely top notch, she said. I found a lump in one of my testicles in June and had it removed, and it was deemed cancerous. Eey. When I got diagnosed, there wasn't a ton of info online for answers to the questions that I had, like, where does my dick go during the ultrasound? How long until I can ride a roller coaster again? When can I, and what kind of sex can I have because it feels so good on the penis? What do I do after surgery?
Very true,
By
yeah.
the way,
It does.
it so does, doesn't it? Like
It's
you
fuck.
could,
Oh man.
when you're fucking, you can almost feel it in your whole body, but especially the penis, the
Yeah.
vagina feels so good on it.
Yeah, I mean the whole body's great. Yeah, but I mean that one area is like wow.
Mainly, yeah.
If everything's a 10 right now, this is like a 12.
I feel it in my testicles. I feel
Yeah.
it. That whole area feels so, mouths, hands, all this stuff feels so good on the penis.
Yeah.
So the fact he says that everyone coming on is being so open about their medical findings and also walking through the doctor processes has just been the best. Thanks for bringing levity to the kind of stuff and using your brilliant interview host skills to get some great info for others that may be scared to take care of their scary medical thing. Just wanted to add, what made me laugh the most was episode 3726. So if you have VIP, of course, check that out, 3726. When Candace said she was Googling images of healthy x-rays because I literally did the same shit after my initial ultrasound.
Yeah.
Come to find out, I'm definitely not a doctor because I can 100% for sure not accurately read an ultrasound image. Anyway, blah blah blah. Let's see. Oh, okay. He goes. Anyway, my testicle looked right to me, but anyway, now it's gone forever. Fuck him.
Yeah,
Thanks again, R.I.P. Rady. So
yeah, bye.
your right ball was taken out.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone forever.
Do you have? Is there still a sack? Does the sack hang, or that whole thing is gone? That whole part,
I still got the left one. Yeah, it's kind of just like it's more
like
it's
a bag.
not like a yeah, it's like, a little bit lighter on one side than the other, but it's not like one, the right side's not floppy. It's definitely like it's higher up now.
And this was 2 years ago. You're fine now. Cancer's gone.
Yeah, I'm good. I actually just had a good doctor's visit the other week. They did like my numbers and everything again, and I'm still good so far. So I mean, I still have to go like I think it's like every 3 to 6 months for another year, and then if everything's good, then I don't have to go. Then I only have to go like once a year or something like that. But so far, yeah, so far so good.
Is what did anything change other than the looks?
No, loads are bigger than ever.
Good for you.
Looks
It's
are
stepping up. Lefty is stepping up, right?
honestly, yeah. I was like, wow, I should have done righty a long time ago because I am fucking dumping rope right now. So like,
The left one is like, let's make it clear, I was always the one in charge.
Yeah,
Watch.
so it's like good. I'm glad you're around,
Okay.
Lefty. So that yeah, but I mean, other than look, it's all the same. I got extra room in my pants. That's nice. I cross my legs. I don't sit on my balls as often. It's nice. I honestly, should I had the cancer earlier? I have one testicle's not that bad.
You're married now?
Yeah, pretty much 11 years. You call it
Okay.
Not on paper, but I mean,
Sure.
we have a house and all that shit.
And so obviously she saw you with the balls and with just one.
Yeah, yeah.
But did she play it cool or was she like, ugh? I mean, beautiful?
No, see, I lucked out because she's a vet tech, so
Because she's blind.
No, she's a vet tech, so she deals with like sick shit and surgeries all the time. So she took very good care of me and like got everything good. But like I was more grossed out about some things than she was. She was like, time to pull your dick out and check the surgery spot. And I was like, I don't want to do this. So,
What's vet tech for veterans or for animals?
No, sorry, veterinary technicians for animals.
Okay.
Yeah. So like she's not the like there's the doctor and then she's the one that pretty much does all the work. And
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's another letter. This is a little over 10 years ago.
Oh shit. All right.
Hey Keith, 28, male, sober, 5'10", 270 pounds. What do you weigh now?
Well, COVID did a number on me.
Good.
But now I'm down to 250. I was up to I think peak COVID I was at like 320.
Oh, did a number on you in the bad way, right?
Well, in a fucking bad way, but yeah, I'm good now. I'm down like to 250, so even lighter than 10 years ago. Hell yeah, success.
Good job. I put my weight because it pertains to my doctor visit. I saw a doctor last Friday because I've been having trouble losing weight. No matter how less I eat or work out, I can't lose weight. I play racquetball daily, run 3 to 5 miles, and don't eat like shit, but still no results for 3 months. That's a bummer. So I saw a doctor and told him my situation. He proceeded to say I needed a lap band. I decided to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that I wanted to take a healthier approach and told him my situation. Without listening, he just kept insisting I needed a lap band. I just said, quote, you know what? You're a fucking idiot, and walked out. $90 wasted to be lectured that I'm a fat pig that needs a lap band. Fuck off here.
Yeah. Yeah. I luckily I have a great doctor now, but oh man, when you're fat, doctors don't give a shit. They're just like, you need to lose weight. And that's blatant healthy exercise. It's like, all right, well, like what else can I do, man? And yeah, that time he was like, it's interrupting, when you talk to those doctors that are just like, you're mid sentence of asking a question. There's like lap band. lap band.
I forget the exact number, but it's not in the double digits. The average time that a doctor will interrupt what you're saying is like 4 seconds.
That
That's
sounds right.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Let me ask you this as a longtime listener. I don't know if
Yeah.
this will really make sense. You don't have to reach for an answer. But, you knew of me when I was with Hemda
Yeah.
romantically, Catherine, Kyle, and now it's Liz. Do you, as a listener, hear a difference the way I talk about Liz compared to the way I talked about any other person I was dating?
Oh, that's a good question. I want to say, honestly, I honestly do. Um, yeah, I would say, yeah, there's a lot more like levity and you're more excited than I have heard. And I mean, you're obviously excited about all those last relationships as well, but it's like,
Right.
man, there's like something different. Like you could tell how you're talking and in your voice is like, oh shit, it sounds like there's like something different here. So
There's a
I could,
lilt.
yeah, there's something there.
That's funny. I
Yeah.
didn't know where that question could go, but I was just curious.
Yeah, I could
Um,
hear it.
I remember some time ago, within the year, because we dated just over a year, somebody goes, Keith, you keep saying you're in love. You're going to be so embarrassed. I'm like, well, I'm happy now. What am I going to be embarrassed about? And what a safe bet when people go, this relationship won't work out. Well, what a safe bet about any relationship.
Yeah, right. It's almost as bad
Weirdo.
as when you break up and they're like, I knew it. I knew you guys were gonna.
Right,
So,
right.
well, then why didn't you tell me?
Right. You
Well,
could have gave me a warning.
yeah, because this shit sucks now. It would have sucked less a year ago, but fuck. All right. Thank you. I don't know.
Right. At my last stand up, there's a part where I'm talking about divorce or something like that. And I asked the audience, who here is with the first person that they were ever married to? And then, some people start clapping. And then I go, dorks. How the fuck do you know? You're so fucking sure. Okay. All right.
Dude, I
Do-
wonder what that number would be the same now. You had like the same fans. And you
yeah,
ask the
that'd be
same
funny.
question. And it's
Right.
like, how many of you now? And it's like silent on the CD. You're like,
Yeah.
ah,
And then I
I
go,
fucking knew it.
yeah, I saw it coming.
Yeah.
I saw it coming. I just saw on Facebook this guy, Jamie, that I happen to go to school with, same grade. And it's so weird and trippy to now that we're adults to see these people on social media and the dumb opinions they say and
Oh yeah.
the weird face work they got done like they're in Hollywood, not the fucking
Yeah.
country like I
Yeah.
was. And I see this guy and his wife and their kid in matching Christmas sweaters as their main picture. His, I can't see what it says because that other small picture is in the way, but the son's shirt says on the naughty list. And the mom's shirt, sweater, Christmas sweater,
Oh no.
tinsel tits with Christmas lights making the outline of the bottom tits. The like W.
I mean, I guess they're having fun, but
Tinsel tits. Hey mom, I like your shirt.
right. But I mean, it's funny, but they did like put it publicly. It's like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna share this with
Yeah.
everybody. It's like, I don't know, man. That's like a house thing. Maybe you should. That's interesting. An interesting choice.
I remember when my mom raised me with those tinsel tits.
Yeah. And the kid's gonna look back on it and it's like, tinsel tits. I remember
And,
mom well.
and there's something that I know how he votes. I just know it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, he's
Yeah.
conservative, but conservative people can wear tinsel tits.
Yeah.
Still love God and country.
Yeah.
His description: who am I? Just a regular guy that has many friends and few enemies. Don't be one of the few. Or what? Or I'll get my shotgun from the truck. Or what?
Yeah.
You don't want to cross me and my family. You don't fuck with tinsel tits? And I don't care if my boy is on the naughty list. I'll naughty you.
I'll get you.
Yeah. Donald Trump tweeted out with people getting nervous about tariffs and losing their online money, stocks and whatnots. Be cool, Trump says. Everything is going to work out well. The USA will be bigger and better than ever before.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's
Okay.
great.
Just
Yeah.
be cool, guys.
Yeah, just people losing their retirement funds and just losing their whole life savings. Yeah, just be cool about that. It'll bounce back. You'll still be broke though. That's great.
Somebody wrote on social media, if you put $7,500 into Trump's meme coin 10 years ago, you'd be sitting on a cool $760 today. Be cool though.
Oh, that's great. I forgot that he did that meme coin, just like fucking pumped and dumped it real quick.
I have money in Doge, and then
I do too.
and then then they started a different Doge. It's like now there's like Doge, and then there's Doge meme coin or something, and that Elon's doing. It's like, motherfucker, you're making everything confusing. Quit fuck. I liked when the dog was in charge of my money.
Yeah.
I don't. What the fuck are they? They're making me very very nervous.
There was only one Doge, and now there's like Shiba and Shib
Yeah,
and
calm down.
Doge Max, and it's like, what the fuck? I just missed just the regular. I put like 200 in like 2015 when it was like fractions of a penny. So I'm like, I'm up pretty good, but it's like,
Right.
man, if I would have done it in like right when the whole thing blew up, I'd be pissed right now. It's like all the extra shit going on.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm pissed too, but it's like I can't imagine putting in like, oh, I'm gonna put $10,000 into this, and then it goes to like 10 cents. You're like, oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
by the way, I have a family member that said, you know what, everything's lowering now. Well, we know everything bounces back, so buy more if you can. I'm like, look at your portfolio. You only lost money over the years since
Yeah.
crypto became a big thing. But yeah, sure. Why not put more in? Nothing's going on in the White House that is scaring the shit out of me.
Yeah, right. It's
If
not like it can go down anymore. Actually, it fucking can, and it probably will for a little while. So that's not a good mentality.
if the White House said we just canceled all cyber monies, I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't blow
Yeah,
my mind.
that's why I have friends who are like, why don't you take it out? It's at like whatever amount, and I'm like, I don't know, man. It's fake money. It doesn't
Right.
exist until I pull it out. If I pull it out and they're like, actually, you can't because this is all fake. I'd be like, yeah, of course,
Of
fuck
course it
me.
is.
Yeah,
Right.
duh. Of course this is all fake. Yeah,
Yeah.
no shit. I
Again,
can't
my
pull it
money
out.
advisor was a fucking chihuahua. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't fucking know.
So it's like, I guess I could pull it out now, but who knows? Let's wait until it gets up to a real crazy number and then do it.
And it drives me crazy when Trump fanatics defend this crazy shit that he's doing. Like if he said all crypto is now null and void because it's bullshit, these maggots would be like, yeah, of course, it's not real money, guys. Grow up.
No,
You
yeah.
wanna,
Oh man, yeah. They
oh.
would take they would like, yeah. Well, I didn't put any money, you idiots. Of course not. It's fake. It's like, damn it.
A federal judge ruled that the White House's decision to punish the Associated Press. The Associated Press is a place you can trust. They don't seem left or right wing. They seem just facts, right?
Yeah.
Like Reuters. Decision to punish the Associated Press and limit its reporters' access to President Trump's events. The Oval Office and Air Force One. Okay, let me read this one more time. A federal judge ruled Tuesday that the White House's decision to punish the Associated Press and limit its reporters' access to President Trump's events, the Oval Office and Air Force One, was unconstitutional. Trump curtailed the AP's ability to cover the White House because the wire service continued to use the phrase Gulf of Mexico after Trump renamed the body of water the Gulf of America. So the Associated Press, the news, the
Yeah.
facts, still calls it the Gulf of Mexico. Now they can't be on the Air Force One or in press rooms until they admit it's the Gulf of America. And then you see these dorks, probably Jamie, walking around like, great day today. It's been changed to Gulf of America. You have a kid. What the
Yeah, it's
fuck?
like, what are you talking about?
Thank God, finally.
Yeah.
The judge also noted that while the AP wasn't entitled to the first in line every time permanent press pool access it previously had, it cannot be treated worse than other services. The court merely declares that the AP's exclusion has been contrary to the First Amendment, the very first one. And people love that second one, but they kind of skip over that first one.
Yeah, it's number one. It's the best.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
And it enjoins the government from continuing down that unlawful path, said a judge. The White House has 1 week to appeal the decision, whatever that means. Okay.
I just think all this shit's great. It's like I mean, not great, but you know what I'm saying? Like every fucking week there's a new thing they can't do this. They can't do this. And then they fucking do. And then
Right.
the 48-hour news cycle goes to the next thing. And then it's like, well, what about the thing last week that they just did anyway? It's like, what are we doing? What is this real? Is this like my Doge money? Is this all fake too? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The White House will no longer respond to reporters, this is true, who list or prefer gender pronouns in their emails because it, quote, ignores scientific realities. Now they're into science.
Yeah.
So they will not answer your questions or honor your requests if you have he, she, they, whatever as a goodbye because in your emails because you're trying to support non-binary people, etc. It is official White House policy to ignore reporters' emails with pronouns in the signature. The Trump War Room account wrote on X. The official account then added a statement from the White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, saying she doesn't respond to journalists who use pronouns, quote, as it shows they ignore scientific realities and therefore ignore facts. Meanwhile, this just in, they is still a pronoun, but okay.
Yeah. I think like what would happen? What would happen if like they're okay? Like you could ignore an email like that's fucking a stupid reason. But like, what if they're doing like those press junkets where they're like answering questions, and they're like, yeah, Eric, ask your question, and you're like, yeah, Eric, I'm just wanting to know what's going on with these tariffs. Him. And then they're just like, fingers in the ears. No, I didn't hear your question. I didn't. It's like, what are you doing?
You say that after. By the way, I was like, him. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. You say it after you, when you're done, or after they answer the question. By the way, him.
Like, as a matter of policy, as a matter of policy, we do not respond to reporters with pronouns in their bios. The use of pronouns in emails has proliferated as a way to show solidarity with transgender and non-binary people who they refer to as they, them, blah, blah, blah. I have at the end of my email, because I do want to, to talk to these different businesses. It says Keith Malley, dude. They like nouns.
I think I don't have a problem with it. I think, the work that I do, I have like an office job, and we work with some foreign companies and people with foreign names. And I'm like, I don't know, like, how do you, you're not supposed to address with the pronoun, but it's nice to have it there. You're like, oh, okay, then if that does happen, you can. Right. So I don't mind it. I think it fucking works out good for everybody.
Yeah. Here's some, speaking of how I see Black Mare, and I don't think their punishments are too much sometimes. Steve Buscemi was punched last year in New York City. He was just walking. Dude came up and just punched him in the fucking face.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And he's an older guy, of course, and who doesn't love Steve Buscemi? Clifton Williams, 51 years old, is the one who punched him. He said he was sorry for punching Steve Buscemi, 67 years old, in the face as the Hollywood icon strolled through Kips Bay on May 8th. I only maintain the fact that there was an incident brought before me between myself and Mr. Buscemi on that date, and I'm sorry. He was homeless at the time. Then wasn't when he went to jail. He just got 6 months. That seems so little to me, to just walk on the streets and punch people. By the way, before he punched Steve Buscemi, he punched the 22-year-old also before that.
So that's two. What do you get? 3 months for each?
Yeah,
or 6 months for one?
I'm gonna guess 5 months for Steve, a month for the other dude,
a month for the rando.
Yeah. Williams, homeless at the time, pled guilty. Prosecutors have said that Williams was walking on the sidewalk near East 15th Street and 3rd Avenue, not necessarily a bad area at all, when he first punched the 22-year-old man in an unprovoked attack at 11:30 a.m. 9 minutes later, he punched Steve.
Huh.
Should that be death penalty?
I mean, I've subscribed to the one strike for a lot of things. I think that one, yeah, sure. What are you doing? Why are you going around punching people?
What are you doing?
Yeah, you're not doing anything good.
Oh, I'm not gonna miss this city. I gotta be honest.
One strike, bye. Oh shit, that's right. You're moving.
Yeah.
I'm admittedly behind a few episodes, but I got that. I got the gist of that.
That's the gist. I'm doing it.
That's crazy. At the end of May, huh?
Yep, that's the plan.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I like that city. I've been there almost every month for like 5 days at a time. I'm going next week. Yeah, it's a cool place, and I worked, and I would have wanted to move anywhere anyway, and now there's a reason in the destination. It's very exciting.
There you go. Plus, flying fucking sucks now, and you don't have to worry about crashing or deal with the airplane.
Yeah, that's true. No fucking kidding. Two more. Another helicopter crash today. Another airplane crash today. Many dead in both accounts.
Was it today?
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't even heard of these yet.
Yes,
they're just happening all the time. I think I read some statistic that like the average from 2009 until 2022 was like it was like something like maybe 50 flights a year was like the average, which is still seems pretty fucking high. But compared to where we're at now, and I think we're at like, when I read that stat, I think it was like now just for the month of January and February, we're at 80 or 90 plus. It's like, well, we've shattered the average for decades. That's cool.
A plane crashed in the Florida city of Boca Raton with horrific images showing fireballs erupting from the crash site. That was 10 a.m. this morning. A sightseeing helicopter crashed into the Hudson River off the New Jersey shoreline on Thursday, killing 6 people, including 3 children. 16 minutes into the sightseeing excursion. You know, I was once my dad sold insurance, and one of the clients happened to have like a helicopter business or something, sightseeing business. And so he took me and my dad up. And my dad is such a fucking asshole. He opens the door of the helicopter because he sees I'm shitting myself.
He's like, look, it's MASH. It's MASH. Yeah, we're at
It's crazy.
What the fuck?
What an asshole. We were on a Ferris wheel when I was a kid, and one of these, cheap country things that, just come into town and roll out. So everything's a little wonky.
The best kind.
Right. So we're on the Ferris wheel, and it's one of those ones that rock that you can lean forward. And it happened to lean forward. I'm like, oh, shit. And then my dad saw that. He got this, gleam in his eye, and he kept doing it. I'm like, stop doing that. It scares me. And he goes, if you don't want somebody to do something, don't tell them not to do it. I'm like, to my dad?
Yeah, right. What am I supposed to do?
Jesus Christ.
You're supposed to be protecting me, not trying to scare the shit out of me.
Right. Speaking, by the way, of TV, there's this new show called The Pitt. The finale was just on the other day. It's like an ER kind of show, I understand. Happens to have Noah Wyle in it, who was in ER. But it's just not saying they ripped off anything. I'm just saying it's another hospital show.
Yeah.
But the wife of Michael Crichton, who created ER, is suing The Pitt, saying that it's a ripoff and you're rebranding it, but it's the same thing. It was the ER idea.
Aren't there what?
There's a million hospital shows. Who gives a shit?
Say the same thing. There's tons of other ones. That's the one you focus on because it's on HBO or whatever.
I think because Noah Wile's in it also, she thinks she has a case. He can't be a doctor again.
What the fuck? You can't do anything creative now.
ER star Noah Wyle, who now stars and produces another medical hit, The Pitt, that takes place in Pittsburgh, Allegheny County, is profoundly sad and disappointed by a lawsuit brought on by Sherry Crichton, the widow of ER creator Michael Crichton, the author. In August, she filed a suit in LA against Wyle and other producers of ER who now work for the Max series, alleging it's a rebranded, unauthorized reboot of ER. Wyle starred on the NBC show for 13 seasons. He told Variety yesterday, this taints the legacy, and it shouldn't have. It's on the 30th anniversary of season 1 of ER, and I don't feel very celebratory. It's a weird move. It's a weird move.
That's a super weird move. Like the one, like we said, there's already tons of other ones. This is the one you hone in on. But 2, like what? Just let people. You have the money. You're already rich.
You're Michael Crichton's wife. You got some bucks.
Let these other people cast and crew and make money still. What are you doing? You want more of the monies? You have it.
Right. And it doesn't sound like you worked on ER yourself, or they probably would have brought you along.
Yeah, I didn't even think of
your
that.
husband did it.
Yeah.
Damon Wayans Sr., the Damon Wayans that we know, has detailed his awkward family gatherings after he fell in. Okay. Damon Wayans Sr. has detailed his awkward family gatherings after he fell in love with his nephew's ex-girlfriend. So his brother's girlfriend, right? Or what's a nephew?
His brother's son. His brother's son's girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Ex-girlfriend.
So even worse. Yeah, 64 years old. He revealed the dating oversight, well, it wasn't a mistake, during an appearance on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast. This can't be true, said Shannon Sharp, that you dated the same woman that your nephew was. And Damon Wayans says, I was in love with her. That's the thing.
What? Age doesn't have a number, baby. Like what?
You ain't never done the Jackson 5? He joked. He's talking about one of the Jackson married another brother's ex-girlfriend. Wayans clarified that his nephew and the woman who he did not name were not in love during their ill-fated relationship. So he's saying, Damon Wayans is saying, the nephew and the girl, they weren't in love. They were just dating. I was in love.
Oh, okay.
What a creep. Why would you share that fucking story?
Yeah. Why?
Sharp,
what? No, because all right, go ahead.
Sharp, who was visibly taken aback at the revelation, said, that's off limits, Damon. And Damon said, no, but it wasn't like they were in love anyway.
Yeah, I just did it. There,
Yeah.
it's fine. Just get over it. It's cool.
Yeah, calm down. I do not
Yeah,
like
calm
Damon Wayans.
calm down.
I don't know if you heard
Yeah.
this story, but Damon Wayans was at a Barnes and Noble signing one of his books, and it was one of those lazy stand-up in the form of a book. But
Right. Yeah.
anyway, we happened to be driving past there, me and Hemda. I'm like, all right, not a long line. Let me jump in, see what's doing.
Yeah.
And so he like read, did his stand-up, read something from the book, and then he was taking questions, and I raised my hand, and I said, and I was being genuine. I go, is there going to be a Last Boy Scout 2?
Yeah.
I think Last Boy Scout is fantastic,
It's great.
and
Yeah, it's a great movie.
and even if it's hokey, and the audience they were into that question too. People, I'm not exaggerating. That people were like leaning forward, like, "Yeah, oh, are you gonna do a Last Boy Scout too?" And then this kind of goes with what we were saying earlier in the show. And then Damon goes, "No, I think I'm trying to do more serious stuff nowadays." And then the crowd turned on me like, "Yeah, come on, that's frivolous, Last Boy Scout." I'm like, you motherfuckers, he's
We
not
were
taking
all
you home.
we were all together 10 seconds
We
ago.
were
What the
together.
fuck?
Yeah, cut to then he does My Wife and Kids on TV. And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Or Shakespeare shit.
That's a serious, that'll be serious role for you.
Right. All right, let's go over what we talked about today. Quick
All right.
recap. I wish I let the audience know about you sooner, but I think I was keeping you to myself. But you're one of my fun voice message buddies, and I love bitching about TV and football and politics. And you're a cool guy to talk to and know. And your music happens to be great as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I enjoy our back and forth, little fake arguments, yelling at each other. It's great hearing you slam shit around in your house. It's awesome.
That's right. I have to watch Severance by myself now. Fuck.
Yeah,
I knew you'd finish it. That's not the point. It's not like that. But take a look at Mutiny is the latest band, and you can check them out. Instagram is Skazini, correct?
yeah. Scott SKA 2ZINI Scazzini.
Fazzini.
Scazzini.
Are you? Is your family hardcore Italian? Do you guys talk about like a penna lavage? Do you guys
No,
do
we
the
don't.
shorten
We
the
don't.
words?
No, we don't do like the mozzarella, the nice spaghetti.
A nice calamari.
We're not that
Okay.
crazy into it.
Okay. We learned that it's just funny that we're all made in God's image, but every country takes watching concerts differently.
Oh yeah, totally different. It's awesome.
Well, do you have a tour coming up?
Right now we don't. We're working on our full length right now. So I've been in like full on just writing and demoing this. We, trying to make a full length, and we're a fucking ska band. So there's like 6 other cats I have to herd in all the time.
Right.
It's like, trying to get everybody together. So right now, no tour dates. We're focusing on our full length, but we are trying to do maybe something in Japan later this year that we're trying to work on, but we'll see what happens with
How
that.
many instruments do you play?
I can play saxophone. I'm fluent in saxophone. I can pretty fluent in flute because it's kind of like the same instrument. I could fiddle. I could mess around on trombone, piano a little bit, not so much. If you ask me to do it at a party, it's not going to happen. But I
Okay.
can definitely play stuff. Those are probably like the three biggest ones. I don't fuck around with strings.
Is your job mostly organizing the brass?
Yeah, I mean, some members are lazier than others. Like I
Right.
do most of the writing, but I like to do teamwork. Like, hey man, how about you write and then I'll play what you do? But sometimes they just don't fucking do their parts. And I'm like, well, we're on a deadline, so I guess I'll just write all the fucking horns, and then it's like you just go back and forth with
Right.
people.
I'm gonna put a song at the end of the show if you're cool with that.
Yeah, that's cool. That'd be great.
What was the first one in that list that you gave me earlier? It's one word. It's not eulogy, is it?
Yeah, this is a eulogy. That's the first
Yeah.
song off of our first EP
All right.
as a band.
Yeah, I
last
love
year.
it. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Black Mirror, they don't get tough enough, if you ask me. Doctors are shit. Listen, hey, you got to get a testicle removed. It's not the worst. In fact, it's almost a superpower. The other ball steps up in a big way.
In a big way.
You'll still be squirting and making messes and ruining couches. Don't you
Yeah.
worry, right?
A big way. Yeah.
Let's see. Eric can tell I'm in love. I have a lot of dorks from my hometown that I see online and I don't like it. I don't think I friend them. I don't know how it works. If you're nervous about the state of America, hey, be cool. Okay.
Yeah, just keep smiling, as my boss likes to say. Yeah, that's fucking cool. I'll just keep doing that.
And you know how we were taught about pronouns in schools? Ignore it. Pronouns aren't a thing, apparently. Okay. Steve Buscemi, the guy only got 6 months. Maybe he'll make a movie about it. That'll be fun. It will be nice, you pointed out, to live in Charlotte and not. I'm really risking it taking a plane ride every fucking month. I'm
You
really
really, it's
pushing it, right?
every time now it just gets even crazier and
Yeah.
crazier every time you do it. So this is you're saving your life here.
Sherry Crichton is a bitch. We covered that. And Damon Wayans can suck it. All right. Eric Fazzini, thank you so much for your time, man. It was good catching up and fun to introduce you to the audience.
Hey, thanks for having me.